You know, so I more gravitate to anti-heroes, you know, the middle of the road, the super complex characters that you don't ever know if they're in good or they're bad, but you mostly are leaning towards the fact that they're probably tend to be good, but they're put in really shitty situations.
In that moment, he wondered, what have I gotten myself into?
Erik, what's up, brother?
How goes it, man?
You ready?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
None of this. I don't want to do any of this. You know me.
You know, you have a great story, bro. Like, I think if people really heard everything you went through, I think you'd inspire a lot of people, actually.
And I get that, but that's different. They have cool stories and they have, you know, interesting things about them. This is not that. This is just me, you know, the mediocre salesman, some schmuck.
Dude, that's what people love.
They don't.
Bro. Yes, they do.
No, they don't. What they love is cat videos on the internet. They love debauchery. They love degenerate shit. They don't want to talk to some or hear from some 40-something-year-old schmuck about, like, especially some white dude that's 6'3". It's like, okay, privilege. They don't want to hear any of this. I really don't want to talk about like any successes I have because they're just not successes, and I don't really want even people to perceive that as success. I don't even want to talk about that. I'm just trying to be a good dude. So
yes, that's what people love, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I grew up in a really free, this county. Like, we were free. And we'd get on our bike and we'd go do stuff. And I feel like when we were growing up and how and what we were doing it didn't feel unnatural. It felt like development as a child. You know, my dad, he really inspired in me kind of a little bit of a grit to go out, be a pirate, be on the open sea, like live life on your own terms. And he used to joke, he'd tell me, he's like, I quit more jobs to go elk hunting than I ever worked. Growing up and doing that, I was really into punk rock, I was really into jazz, I was really into stuff that was not cool, I didn't care. It never hurt my feelings. It wasn't ever gonna be conventional for me. I think I knew that early, that it was never gonna be conventional. This was all pre-COVID, so I was kind of doing business, but in just a mediocre manner. I had my own business, ran it forever. It's called Good Guy Satellite. I thought I was really cool. I was like, oh, I'm the good guy. That was setting up for my future because I was young and I was invincible. And so I could go out and make 100 grand in a year. What's the problem? My bills are met. I'm making more money than the average person. What do I care? And I do what I want. And then during COVID, we had a real major downturn. And I remember getting to the point where I was just like, this business is not going to work. I don't know what's going on with the economy. I'm not the douchebag that's going to take a PPP loan from the government, because screw that. The minute I start taking money from the government, I just might as well just plug me back into the matrix. So that's how I felt about the whole situation. I remember it very clearly. I was sitting in a parking lot, and I remember calling my dad and being like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to file bankruptcy. Like, I don't know how to get out of this. And I felt so ashamed because of like, as a father, the last thing you want to do is like push your kid out into the world as an adult, and he can't adult. Especially my father. I wanted his respect. Every young boy that has a father in the home that is of merit, that's generally the notion, is you want the respect of that man. And then when you feel like you're failing, instead of you framing it in the right way as a portion of your development, I'm 30-something years old and I got 2 kids and I'm going to file bankruptcy, and I'm like, this is my rock bottom. I was like breaking down and I was getting shaky in my voice, and he said, well, they can't eat you. But I went home and I got another job, but inside of me that spark was brewing, where I knew I was playing defense. It was like, okay, I got to play defense. I'm wounded. I got beat up in this battle, but I'm not going to lose the war. But it was always, for me, like, if I'm playing defense right now, it has to mean something when I come back to play offense. And I remember I was just so fed up with this damn job. And it was a golden handcuff. It was free gas, it was a meal card, it was expense stuff. I made great money, it was 6 figures. I did everything I needed. They're charging me on taxes, they're offering benefit packages. And there was an opportunity to go back to knocking doors. And I was like, all right, let me go test this out. And I went to California, I was knocking doors. And I connected with one of my favorite people, I'll name him by name, Duncan Ross. Duncan Murphy Ross. He was one of my he still is. He's a homie. I love this man because he shot me straight. He connected with me. I reached out to him. I said, hey, I would like to come see if there's an opportunity for me to sell and get back to doing door-to-door. I'm not coming back to work under another group. I'm not coming back to do something else. I'm coming back and I'm going to be the captain. We have all what we need. Are you sure you want to go back? And I said, babe, if I don't do one more try, like almost like the professional athlete in the final season, if I don't go back for one more, I will always regret it. And I said, I promise you this, I will go until spring, and if it's not fruitful, I will be done being my own captain, and I will plug myself back into the matrix. I will be done. And she said, are you serious? And I said, everybody can suck my nuts. And I got angry. And I started running around the house, angry. And I don't think I've ever been spiteful like that in my life, but right in that moment. I wasn't mad at her, and I wasn't mad. I was just mad. I was just, everybody can suck it. Like, I know right now I can do this. I know that I have the capability, but every father feels this tear, which is I need to provide and be there for my family, but I also want to do cool shit as a man. And the reason that mattered was like, a part of me still wanted to really just do what I needed to do in my responsibilities as a father and a husband, but then the other side of me was just saying, F all of this. My grandfathers and my uncles and all of our forefathers fought for freedom. And when I think about history, and I love history, they were doing that. They're like, oh, you want to tax us? Suck my nuts. You know, it's like, oh, you want this out of me? Suck them, dude, come get it. And I'm like, where did we lose that? You know, where did we agree to that? And I'm like, I'm thinking about what would my dad respect? I walked off more jobs to go elk hunting than I ever took. And I'm just like, man, suck them.
If you are not actively trying to connect your product to the people because you don't know the product or you don't know your people, you will not sell shit. Your business will fail. I promise you. I promise you. When he started to shine on his presentation was when people started asking technical questions. Okay, here's some tactical stuff I'm going to give you right now. We get this? We understand this, right? Product, people. Where do we think he could have done better? It was really good. You don't think we could have done anything better? We got a list. But this is the thing, we're here, we're getting better. We're getting better. Because you got a product, and I only started to sniff that product out right at the tail end. You're going to hear about my product at the end. You're going to feel my passion. In about, what, 5 minutes, he'll give me a signal. I'm cool, I didn't need more than that. I'll tell you what I'm about. And you're gonna be like, you know what? He probably believes that shit. It's crazy. This dude's nuts. You know? He's got all weird, dumb dad jokes. So you're gonna have opportunities to engage with people. That's half of it. And I've seen so many companies get comfortable on the fact that the owner is just a nice guy. And they'll do great business because they got the owner that just makes people feel good. And half the equation's there. And then we get to the deliverables, and the wife might step in, or a spouse, or a business partner, or the angry, mean brother might come in because it's like, well, we need to get our product done. We didn't install this right. And you know, damn it, Juan Carlos was supposed to be here at 7 a.m. and he's not. We're going to get on this, Miss Tabitha. I apologize. And then that's the product guy. And the best businesses are the ones that really clearly define what their product is, what their value proposition is. Somebody said that in the beginning, what they're adding. And they really go through questions to right-size the customer. Don't sell it on anybody. Don't sell it on somebody. You don't want everybody in your group.
But sometimes opportunities just don't go your way. And it might happen where that's your life, and that's maybe what your lesson was. But I felt like this opportunity was kind of aligning, and it was kind of going our way, and so I didn't want to take it for granted. And I was putting everything I had into it, and then I doubled down and put it all in again the next month, and I doubled down and put it all in again the next month. And so now all of a sudden my shift from before, where it was just like, oh, I'm okay to be mediocre and just make a finite amount, was just like, there's no cap to what I need to do. I need to maximize all of it. And not balanced. I don't think it was really good, but thank goodness for my wonderful wife too. She's just as equally to blame for any success, because we have boys, I have responsibilities to them. And it's not lost on me that behind a successful person, there's normally a successful spouse that needs all of the adulation. And I wish she was here. She would not want to be here. So, she's kind of my silent partner. And I didn't think that choked me up that bad. It's like, of all the things that I've ever done in my life that's meant the most, it's staying married to that woman for 20 years, because she is stubborn and she's everything I needed. And it's like you look at a balloon that's untethered and it just floats away until it dies. She's always been that kind of silent string to tug me and keep me and pace me. And with this opportunity, she knew it was time to let go, and she did. She supported me. She's still supporting me. And it was an unaverage year of business. Most people don't. I've never gone a month since we started this venture and lost money. And that's not common in business. And so it's only been growth. And I know at some point it won't be. But that first year was really good and rewarding for a lot of people. And everything that I had in that year, I took the small amount that we needed for our needs, and I put the rest back into building out that garden and that plot and that orchard. And so we were just in it. We were just going. We were just working. We were just making a lot of money. And then we sit down with the accountant at the end of the year, and she's like, here's what you made. Here's what you did. Here's all the fruit. And you're like, what? That's what we did? And then she's like, yeah, that's what you did. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then always the notion is in business, well, how are you going to do next year? What are you going to do next quarter? What are you going to do next month? And I'm like, can we just be done? Like that, I don't want to do that again, right? Like, I like doing this, but I don't want to be that unbalanced. That's not healthy. And so now I'm in this reflection part of like finding my way in it. And so I'm in this damn chair. I don't really like talking about revenue, because it's just like, oh, what'd your company do? It did it, but. The Mediocre Salesman is just my style, but there's this song I like by Joey Cape. It says "Going for the Bronze," and it's just that's my MO, bro. I don't ever want to be Kobe Bryant. You seem miserable. I just want to be Pau Gasol, this dumb ogre bouncing around. I still get a ring. I'm on the podium. People know me. I was a good player. That's what I want to be, dude. I'm the Mediocre Salesman. So for 20 years of mediocrity, I'm like, I'm cool with that, dude. Yeah, I'm a role player. That was a lot of why I had the Mediocre Salesman. Is I don't want to be in the limelight and be the alpha. I'm okay to just finish on the podium, get bronze. And next time you're in the Olympics, or you look at the Olympics or any major event, look at who's happiest. It's always that weird dude from Kenya or Switzerland that had no business doing it, and at the last minute got on there, and he's like, I got the bronze, bro. And silver's just depressed that they missed gold, and gold's just like, well, add it to the heat. And the dude's just like, I medaled in the Olympics, bro. That's me. That's what I want. People give sales a bad rap because every video that they see is of business owners or salesmen that are giving off the persona that they got all their shit together. And I don't like that. I hate that. That's why I like certain things and certain stories and certain mythos, is because I like an underdog. I like that anybody can be. I love Batman, bro. Like, you can do this? Like, what? I like certain characters that can come out of nothing and become something through development, right? We have this romanticism around Grogu because we're like, oh, we're gonna go see a Yoda tale. Not quite, but similar. This is fun. Well, it's not unlike the salesman. All you see is the flashy cars and the nice stuff, and they don't see them eating shit for 20 years and making all the wrong decisions and screwing up and souring relationships and making wrong investments. Like, you never see any of that. And they don't like to, because it doesn't condense and build their brand. So the problem is you get all these people out there who are like, I got everything figured out. And you're like, no, you don't. I know you personally. You're miserable. I've had dinner with you. You're sad. So when I thought about the mediocre salesman, I thought about that bronze mentality, like third place, you know, like, and there's, you can, yeah, it's a good life. I wanted to be here. I wanted to do this, like fire, like that's, so mediocre in the fact that it's approachable, it's self-deprecating in some ways, but I'm never going to be the best salesman. I make no pretense about that. I'm a damn good salesman. And so that right there, I think, is more inspirational than the top guy being like, you need to work harder, you need to learn more, you need to sell, you don't know, you're a piece of shit. It's like, what? Where's their development in that? There's no development in that. Where's the story that I can get my boy? How do I teach my son to develop and become a master salesman? There's no. I'm into good stories, moving the world forward and change. And the status quo is always going to be there and prevalent. It's resisting that change. And so sales is just connecting a product to people, and you're just helping people adopt change. And in some ways it can be manipulative, but in most ways it's just, for me, persuasive. If I think this is a good thing for you and you think this is a good thing for you, let's dance together until I help you understand why, right? And the best sales reps are just doing that. And they love people, and they love to go try it again, and they don't care about the outcome so much, they just care about moving and changing the world forward. And so when I went to grad school and got a degree that's useless, I went to, and how I got to sales was from sociology. I cared way more about the people component than I ever did about the product or the profit component. And so for me, it's always a people game. And so then when we start to get into the mythos of current mythology, it's like, yeah, you know, no disrespect, Pikachu's cute, but what's his story? What's his backdrop, you know? How am I like Loki? You know, why am I more Loki than Thor, right? How am I like Thor? How do I embody some of these characteristics at times in my life when I need to go to war, or when I need to love, or when I need to, you know, care and nurture, or when I need to be kind of biting? And my whole take on a lot of my passion around that, and why I love the movies, and I totally show my kids these movies, even though I should be showing them Bible stories. I'm totally showing them like all the mythos around Marvel and DC, and like how complex these characters are. Can you see how this could happen? Yeah, you know, that's sociology. That's the Stanford prison experiment bottled up into a nice little Spider-Man. No, it's the black suit, it's Venom. Will he go to the dark side? Is he corruptible? The love, the romance, bro, it's all there. It's freaking Shakespeare in pages that are colored. And people give it a bad rap, but it's like, if you dig deep and you really care about the art, it starts to take on a lovely life. You know, that's the only reason I'm sitting in this chair, is I hope it inspires people to do dope shit. Give a message that might uplift somebody on the day, and just do your best to be a good person. And you don't have to document it all, but be intentional with your day. You wake up in the morning and you want to go do something, get on there and film yourself and say, hey dude, you know what, I did not want to go out and work out today. I know some of you are needing inspiration. I hope this finds you well. You know, and that kind of shared human condition that we can give each other, I think, is the reason that I'm in this chair.